what's up, dork? If I look uglier than usual, it's because I got a new haircut. I don't know why I thought this shit would work out. I tried to dye it to like fix it, but it's not like I was pretty beforehand anyway. I sometimes wonder what it would be like if I was born pretty, because I've heard that people treat you better if you are that. So sometimes it sucks that I won't get to experience that, and also I wish that I could just love the way that I look, but that's not that important. Looks aren't the most important thing in the world. But I've just been feeling extra hopeless recently. I know I probably shouldn't be feeling this way, but I think about ending it a lot of the time. And though I'm very scared of death, it's because I think once we die, we just stop existing. It's very sad. It's well, maybe it's a dentist appointment, and I should get it over with early, even though I know that's not the way I should be thinking. But it's it gets hard sometimes when there's it's hard when it's the only thing that I think about, because I just genuinely feel that there's nothing really going for me. I'm not cool. I don't have a style. I'm not attractive. I don't have friends. I'm completely isolated. I am not really talented. I'm not really anything. And it's not like anybody would really miss me either, because I said, I'm isolated. The only people that really know me are my family. And even then it's not like they even like me or care about me. Obviously on the surface level, but it's I know that one day they're not going to be proud of me. I talked about, they kind of obviously don't like me already, because I am somewhat of a black sheep of the family, and they're the ultra conservative Christian type. So me being bisexual is the end of the world. So I already know that I'm not exactly the favorite, but obviously it would still be shocking if I did anything, especially since I'm a very happy person. Most people see me as someone who's very cheerful, and I really don't showcase any of my problems in real life, at least. So yeah, I'd probably wait till later, because it doesn't have to be now. If I'm just if I already know none of it matters, I can just do my thing, move out to somewhere in the woods, and then wait for them to forget about me, and that's kind of it. And I just can't help but think about doing that all the time, because when it's all said and done, what am I even really living for at this point? I know it sounds whatever, but it's I don't know. I just feel I wish there was some way to pay people back for me taking their time and resources, because I just feel I'm not that worthy of a person to have money spent on me, and I'm not sort of main character, sort of someone you should be rooting for. I'm not really that good of a person, I don't think. I just don't feel like I belong to anything important or whatever. And I genuinely wish that I could romanticize my life, but I think I've said before how I kind of didn't. I wasted my teenage years. I didn't really get that experience, and so I didn't really build up that much of a personhood. So now I'm turning adult in 1 week, I think, and I missed out on that. And I know that's not all there is, and you shouldn't peak in high school and all that, but it's I'm being thrown into an adulthood as kind of a nobody in this world that's increasingly hostile, and how I'm gonna have to work. So it's I feel I was supposed to develop my personality and everything here and make sure everything works out, but now I'm at the end of it, it's I didn't set it up properly. I wasted all of my time, and I'm probably gonna be out of the house sooner than I planned. And then I'm gonna have to find a way to make money, which will probably take up all my time. And then it's at the end of the day, or my life or whatever, after that, it's just did I live just to work? And I think about that likely future of me, getting a 9 to 5, and it's anything but that. I wish I was attractive or cool, or someone that people looked up to, or just not exist at all, because I feel I'm supposed to be someone that people care about, and I feel only a few people can really do that. And it's I don't know, I just feel I'm not ever fully appreciated. Maybe it's how I look or how I act or something, but I feel nobody ever takes me seriously. In school, I'm out of school, thank God. But people always, I was always the butt of the joke. People always spread rumors about me. And so it's maybe I'm just not meant to be someone, maybe I just wasn't meant to be someone noteworthy. And I feel I don't have that strong of a sense of identity, because I don't have style. I don't really buy things often. I don't do anything cool. I'm not a cool person. I'm actually quite boring. And sometimes it doesn't feel I have my own personal stuff. In recent years I do, because I took my brother's room when he went to college, and that's been a big thing for me. But it's like, I don't like the biggest parts of my life. Like my bike is like super super important to me, but it's not even technically my bike. Like it's kind of an expensive bike. It was got off Facebook Marketplace for like kind of cheap, but it's still a high quality bike, so it's not really mine. So it gets dirty and used a lot, but anyway, yeah, I just want to say like maybe it's like heightened emotions because I'm going into possibly college, the workforce and stuff like that, and I'm just really thinking about like what my future is going to look like and what I'm supposed to do and who I'm supposed to be, and it's like maybe I should cap it off here. Maybe that's all I'm really meant to be. Like my future's bleak and people mistreat me, so it's like, why do I have to keep on living? I feel this sort of like embarrassment living day to day, and I want to change to become like a better person, but I don't think my future is going to look that positive. And there's so much more stuff that I can get into, but like right now, the only bringing me comfort away from that is just like, going somewhat peacefully in the middle of nowhere, like in the woods or something. And unfortunately, nobody would care. On some level, I want people to care a little bit because I don't know, I'm just kind of built like that, I guess. Because like I said, I don't really feel like I was appreciated, so maybe after death. But even then, it's like, I kind of want people to forget about me first, so it's like less painful. This is unscripted, so I'm probably missing some things. But I also want to mention like this is not something that you should take advice from or like whatever. If you're dealing with the same things as me, you should also genuinely get help because like there's a lot of things that I feel insecure about, wishing I was someone else, wishing for so many things to be different, for things to not have happened to me, for some things that should have happened for me. But like there is like things that you can use to give yourself some sort of happiness, even if it's temporary. Like I was a lot worse before, especially like last year. And though I still like feel these things, there is like things that I do to like help myself, I guess. Like just I kind of heavily romanticize my life. Find things that you're interested in and like doing like art, and also get like a goal to look forward to. Because like I do have hopes and dreams, and they're not likely, and that makes me hopeless sometimes. But I do want to keep living just in case something does happen, and I do break through to some creative nirvana. Like if I was told that I was going to be like a music artist someday, like genuinely it would keep me living. So right now, like even though I have a little motivation and it's very slow and not great, I'm trying to learn music production just to see if like if it maybe works out or not. But I also just have like this big pit of anxiety in my stomach. But if you're watching this and you're like me and you take comfort and think about that, try to take comfort in other things and just ignore the things keeping you down, because if there's nothing you can do about it, then it's out of your control and you shouldn't care. And I know that's easier said than done, but maybe it's time you only care about yourself. That's okay, because you deserve it. Okay, bye.